All right, I'm going to show you something that I do to make my meetings way more effective using something simple like a Microsoft Word document. And I'm also going to tell you a few things that I don't really enjoy about meetings. So stay tuned. All right, welcome to the Age of Jeremy. My name is Jeremy Quintanilla. You may remember me from such businesses as 3T Warrior Academy, Age of Radio, Q Financial, and Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. And this is a channel dedicated to all of the things that I learn and all those things that I want to share with you. So hopefully they can help you with your journey to being a content creator, an entrepreneur, or whatever it is that you are trying to do with your life and your career. In today's episode or in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I struggle with meetings in general. And I struggle with meetings because a lot of the times they take up way too much time. They're not efficient. We kind of treat them like they're maybe a happy hour or people just hanging out, and that's more prevalent when you are working with friends in business. But to stay more efficient, and real quick, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with doing anything like that and hanging out with people and sharing, but sometimes there's lots of tasks that need to be done, especially when you're running multiple businesses. Or if you're trying to get your business off the ground, it can be very difficult if you're bombarded with meetings and they're not staying on track and being efficient. So one of the things that I do that you should do too is email out the agenda beforehand. So no matter what happens, I have a bunch of meetings almost every single day, and I'm doing better at sending out that agenda, emailing it, putting it in our Microsoft Teams, or whatever the case is, so everybody knows what's going on in that meeting before we actually get to it. So that's one of the first things that you can start doing to make sure that your meetings are more effective. And it allows you just to go line item by line item and just go down the list and take care of what needs to be done. The second thing that you can do is you can have everybody who needs to talk about something in a meeting have a shared document where they go and put those specific line items in it as well after the main agenda is created. So after the main agenda is created, it's sent out, have the people that are a part of that meeting go in and add things to that document that they need to make sure that they let you know about, because meetings are traditionally pretty valuable to businesses because it allows us to connect on what's going on in the business and allows us to figure out what needs to be moving forward. But each meeting needs to be designed for something specific, and people need to stay on track for that. So first off, make sure that you're sending out that agenda, then allow all the people that are a part of that meeting to add what they need to add to that meeting if it is a meeting that they need to add stuff to. The third thing is you have to take really, really good meeting notes, because what it allows you to do is not only remember what's going on and what you're doing and what action items people have, but what it allows you to do is that if for some reason someone's not doing the thing that they said, or that they don't remember doing something, or you don't remember, you can refer back to those specific meetings. The problem is that you have to have a really good structure of having all of the meeting minutes and notes organized so you can easily go back to them and maybe find them. And so one of the difficult things is if you have meeting minutes for say you have a Monday meeting. I have a Merlin meeting for marketing team every single Monday. And so what we like to do is that we have our meeting minutes for that, and they're in a specific folder inside of our Microsoft Teams. Well, if we need to reflect back into some of those meetings, we would have to go back to those documents. But if you just have one long running meeting minutes for many, many months and many, many days and many, many meetings, it can get very confusing. And so there's a simple trick that you can actually do in Microsoft Word, which is what I'm going to show you right now, to make sure that you can be way more efficient. Because once I figured out how to do this, and once we started doing it, it made our meetings much more efficient. And this is super easy. It's not complicated, because a lot of the times what we tend to do is we want something to be really complicated. We make things way harder than they need to be, and that makes us not be as, I guess, successful as we should be, when we should try to make it, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simple, silly, or whatever the case is. You want to keep things as simple as possible as you're moving forward. So we're going to head on over to the computer, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about right now. All right, so you're going to start off with a simple Word document. Makes sense. And this, I'm going to show you exactly how I do our meeting minutes for most of the meetings that I do. There's a few other ones that I do a little bit different, but for the most part, every meeting that I have, we're going to have the date, we're going to have the attendance, we're going to have the agenda, and we are going to have the meeting minutes, okay? And so essentially, date makes sense. So we're going to do this if we're having it today. Attendance is our viewer and the listener, okay? And then we're going to have it, I'm sorry, viewer and Jeremy, not the listener. You're the listener and the viewer. Okay. And sometimes what I do is if I'm having someone who's not showing up to meetings, I will point that out, having a non-in-attendance section, but normally I'll just put who's in attendance. And then one of the other things that I didn't mention in the other part of this video is that I only have the people that need to be at the meeting normally. If I don't have any agenda items and they don't have any items that they need to go over, then they don't have to be at the meeting, and they're not mandatory. They can have their time back. They can go do whatever it is that they want to do. And so in the agenda, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about how to create collapsible meeting minutes in a document to keep in future documents. Okay, so we're gonna have that as our agenda, and then what I do is I take those agenda items, because those agenda items are going to change, and we don't want them to be in our meeting minutes as agenda items. I want them to be as the meeting minutes. So we'll do that here, and then if we have any notes, like I don't know, if you have a comment as a team member, or I have a comment, we'll just add comments, add comments and action items. Okay, and so once we're done with the meeting, what I do is I take these meeting minutes here. And what you do is you put the date, so we know that date's here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take heading 1. So we're going to head over to heading 1, which is up here. We'll hit heading 1. I don't have anything set up for the heading 1, so it kicks it back over to Calibri Light and 16. But what I like to have is all of my legal documents and my meeting minutes. I usually like to have it Century, and then we're going to use like a 12-point font. Or 12-point size. And so what this does is, if you know, it created this little triangle over here. So when you create that heading 1, it creates everything that's underneath it is collapsible. So if I hit that, it's going to collapse it all up. Okay? And so this makes it important, because now what we can do is every meeting minute that we have for those meetings throughout the year, so maybe we have one every week, that would be 52 of them, we're going to create collapsibles of those in each new document that we have, rather than just having one separate document. So for instance, if I need to go to the last meeting, I can see every single meeting minute that happened before that inside that document, which makes it very searchable. And so if I pull this back up, what we'll do is, let's say the following week we have the next meeting. So you'll save this as its own meeting minutes in a folder so people can access that with the meeting minutes. Okay, and so if we go here and we go 12, I don't know, what's the next 12/8, 2023, it'll be the viewer again, Jeremy King Tania, show how to add second meeting minutes. Okay, and so then here, this is going to be what, 12/08/2023 meeting minutes right here. Okay, and so what we're going to do again is we're going to take our agenda. Does it just not have a period? Yep. Oh, I don't know why we're screaming at people. Let's just take this bad boy down. Okay, and so if we drop it back under here, we're going to go here. We're going to copy. Oops. Going to take this and we're going to copy it. Copy right there. And then we're going to take this and we're going to go to heading 1. And now there's that collapsible thing again. Because there's no settings for that heading 1, it's going to kick it back over. So we're just going to change that to Century and 12. And then this becomes, and then added comments. Items here. And then we're going to collapse that back down. So then we save this one as that week's meeting minutes. And then if we need to go find anything, we don't have to search through a bunch of documents. We can just go to here. We have all those meeting minutes. It's nice. It's viewable. It's easy to see. We can collapse it down and we can search through it and change and keep some of that like that. And so that's one of the things that makes meetings very, very efficient. Now, there's a way to also do this in OneNote. I'll show that in another video. I think the Word documents work much better when we're doing meeting minutes, but this is one of the best ways to keep... Word documents work much better for meeting minutes in general. So I like to do it this way. So if you can, so if this helps you, please comment below and let me know, because I think that this is one of the more efficient ways that we can do meeting minutes. And I do a lot of meetings running multiple companies. So I hope that was beneficial for you. And that is how I organize my meeting minutes using a simple Microsoft Word document. All right. And it's that simple to do that inside of Microsoft Word. You can actually do it in Microsoft OneNote, but I'm going to save that for another video. So if you liked this video and it maybe taught you something, or you want to share something, make sure that you drop it down in the comments below. And then also too, make sure that you follow me on all my social medias at Age of Jeremy. I am on Twitter, or X. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Lemon8. So you can find me anywhere. Oh, and on LinkedIn, where we talk about a lot of more business stuff as well. So make sure that you follow me on all of those platforms. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and make sure that you share it with as many people as possible. And again, comment away. Even if there's something that you don't like, tell me what I can be doing better. I really appreciate that advice. So I always say, Namu Amida Butsu. Remember, be thankful, grateful, and kind, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.